Hello, everybody. Logic Hog is back, picking up right where I left off. Still in my underwear, still at midnight, still playing tea, playing tea, still drinking tea, and I'm gonna play some Go because I was grumpy whenever I made video number one, and I apologize for that. I needed to take a nap. My brain was melted from work, and it was just like, okay, you don't play one of the hardest board games in the history of mankind that's been around for thousands of years whenever your brain is in a state of jello already. I've had my nap. So let's become an evil genius by learning this board game. It says here we're going to be playing an amateur rank lower, amateur rank 20K. So let's see. That means that the board game, like the board size, is going to change. By the way, let me read this welcome. All right, here you go through the whole journey, absolute novice to top Go player. Yeah. Before the adventure begins, complete 3 qualification matches. Oh shit! I forgot about this. I rarely play the career mode in this. I usually just hop on and play a game. So it's feeding me fodder to determine my skill level. Oh shit. So it's going to be like, yeah, you're 12Q, die. Oh god. All right, same thing. Chinese rules. So again, I don't eat my own points by playing on them. And 5.5 point handicap. Same time, 10 limits or 10 minutes, 30-second, 3 overtimes. Fine by me. Am I still black? No, I'm white on this game. So I get the handicap, but they get the first move. So they have an advantage. And they make the best move. So I think the best move to respond to the middle is just off to the side. I'm curious about that in the review. We're going to see whenever I go over the moves and just make sure that I had the right idea in my play. So I want to branch out, but I don't want to start a conflict immediately. However, if I go here, he cuts, and that's a vulnerable shape. If I go here and he squeezes, I connect, but I'm not getting much territory from that. Ugh, fight me, bro. We're going to be aggressive early. This guy's the weakest player in the entire game. He doesn't know what he's doing. And I'll punish him for it. All right, you want to play out there? Do I cut him off? Because if I go here, he goes here. And then either way, he kind of cuts me off, or he isolates this piece. But I'll branch out here, and that gives me kind of control. He separates my pieces, but I'm okay with that. This is so early in the game. I can manage 2 groups at once. I am actually okay with that. Do I punish him for this? Yes. All right, I'm going to separate that piece. I'm going to secure some territory, and this allows me to branch out over into here while maintaining control of all this. So I think that was a good move. That is the computer being a dumbass, and so I need to punish him for that. Where, all right, the top of the board is mine. Fight me. Because if he goes here, I just kill him. Yeah, all right, whatever. I'm going to branch out. That is a weak shape, by the way. That is 4 moves whenever you really only needed 2. Yep, you are just playing yourself into a hole right now. I feel sorry for you. Okay. This game's going to be a lot easier than I thought. Again, it's the weakest, smallest board in the game. It's the weakest opponent in the game. It's like, don't get cocky. You're just gonna get your like shit pushed in later in another video. So it's like, no, dude, just try to make sure you're playing good strategy. Uh, it's like, of course you're gonna win. You're playing against a 5-year-old. All right. So here, I want to keep these things separate because again, this is safe. If he goes here, I go here. I need to keep his groups weak and separate, while mine is relatively one shape. So again, weak, weak and separate. That's my goal right now. That's my strategy. Is I'm not even trying to secure territory. I'm just making sure that he's killable in the late game. So like, I'm going here because that separates these, and it allows me to play here, which puts a lot of his stuff in danger down in the corner. All right, you go there, I go there. Because if he goes here, I go here and I just push him up against the wall. Wrestling style. Up against the ropes. All right, he's going there. I don't want him to separate my shape, so I'm just going to make sure everything's super duper strong, because I have really good control and separation over pretty much every group right now. So I'm comfortable to play a little risky. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? Because now's where it's like, all right, I need to squeeze for points. He's killable over here, or, well, he's weak over here, where this is directly threatening everything. But I'm going to squeeze him for points. I'm going to try and grab some territory right here, because I need to develop my strategy. I need to make sure I don't suck later. So I need to be able to play smart for the late game. So, right there. How do I do this? All right. Well, this he might get the corner here. Because if I go here, he goes there and he connects. If I go here, well, if I go here, he goes here and he connects. But I'm going to go here because I want him to connect there, because that kind of allows me to directly threaten his group. And it might allow me to show you something, because I might have to play something sacrificial in there. Nope, you're not going to branch out. Keep you weak, keep you separate. I need to drink my tea. My voice is getting raspy. All right. Well, he's trying to separate these groups. Actually, he might kill that. I don't like that. So you know what? You didn't connect. I'm going to punish you for that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Interesting situation. Because I want to go here. Because I want to try and kill this group. Everything else is pretty well controlled, except for this right here. If I was him, I'd be trying to kill this. So why are you trying to kill this? If I was him, I'd be killing this. Well, then try to make this thing live, you idiot. Ugh. I'm okay with him having this territory, because that means he doesn't win the game. That just like makes him lose less by 6 points. Who cares? Because I'm adding liberties to this group. So now it requires 4 moves to kill this thing. And it's like, I can kill this group in 3. And I'm okay with that. There, that was the right decision. That is the level of thinking that I need to be thinking at in order to not suck at this game. I consider it a hobby of mine, but it's like, no, you haven't really played. So here's one thing. I'm pretty sure this group is alive. Yeah. So here's a good example where I'm just going to play for two eyes. Because he can't branch out here. I can rein him in, even if he tries to. This group is dead. I don't want him to escape. Yeah, this group is alive. Because I can make two eyes by playing in two different positions, so he can go in here anywhere. And I can just play one of these and make two open areas, two eyes. I'm going to make sure this group is dead. Because now, like, if he plays here, that doesn't help him. If he plays here, that doesn't help him. All right. You can do that. But that doesn't really help you. I'm going to just secure this by making sure I have a strong line here. I don't want to play a diagonal with him playing there. Because then he can threaten me and we start a conflict. Okay, this is where things get interesting. I'm going to try and kill this group. So I need to make sure he can't play in two different spaces. I'm going to go here. Because I'm okay with him having one open space, but it requires two moves for him to threaten this. Yeah. All right. I'm not going to let him kill my group. Now I have two open spaces, and he can't play here and here at the same time. Only one move, two spaces. I'm fine. But he goofed. That group is dead. Because the thing is like, if, well, I mean, if he kills these, then I can just, I don't know. It's hard to explain without actually doing it. I was hoping he would play this out, being a weak player. But basically, you know, I can just squeeze him in now. And even if he kills these groups, or this two-piece group here, I'd be fine with that. All right. Here, I'm going to play that weird thing. Go ahead. You know, build your little shape. Connect these or I'll kill it. He should realize he's done by now. All right, fine. I told you. Punish him for the dumb moves. Because now this group is dead. You're going there? Fine, I'll just make my strong shape even stronger. Nope, no connecting for you. I'm going to pass. I win. Like, the game is over now. And the computer should be realizing this too.
Pass. Pass.
Yep. White wins by 92 points. How is that possible? Oh, because of captured pieces. I was like, there's 81 spots on the board. There's 81 places on the board. How can I win by 92 points? I'm used to Japanese rules where, like, you win by significantly less. But it's like all the points for taking pieces and the handicap. I got 5.5 points handicap on that one. So again, ranking up, you know, doing all the career stuff. Let's go and see how I did. In this case, going down is good for me because down is white, up is black on the graph here. I made a significantly bad move right there. I'm curious. All right, what move did I goof? This is where like that skill in the career skills where it's like, oh, you can undo a move, and oh, if you reduce, like, that probably would have been flagged by that skill of like worst, or if something lowers you by 30%, it'll flag it for you. I don't know. But he goes in the middle. Where am I supposed to go if someone else goes in the middle? Okay. Don't cause a conflict. Take Make sure you secure the corners by taking one of the horizontals or verticals. All right. I need to remember that. That's something I honestly, just because I don't play on the small board very often, I don't remember the opening game to the small board. So here, it's like, yeah, jump out. And I play, what was it, the second best, third best? Second best move. Well, as it's chugging, fifth best. Still in the top five. I'm okay with that. So I had the right idea. He goes there. All right, looks like I had the right idea. Where I'm like, nope, I'm going to separate this group. Then here, I think I went here. But it's like, all right, because going here connects these, but going here still connects them. And if he goes here, you just kill him. So it's thinking of, a turn in advance. And that's what I did. All right, great. And he plays a dumb move there. That's just the computer goofing up. That's him playing a wasteful turn to simulate sucking at the game. But where did I should have been more aggressive and taken all this territory. Because then if he squeezes in, I just go here and secure it. All right. Got to remember that. I played a little bit safe there. That's a horrible, again, just suck at the game. Notice it says 99%, and it keeps jumping around with what's in the top five. That's basically the computer saying, dude, you can play wherever you want. And it's still a good move. I love that. So, yep, just playing safe, securing. These are now like hard white. And it's the opposite. See, it's like it's jumping around and everything is less than 1% confidence. So it's everything's a bad move for black right now. So yeah, he goes there. I'm sticking to my strategy, separating groups. I think I did pretty good. But as we get closer, all right, here's the magic turn where it's like, dude, you fucked up. All right, what did I do? Because I have control over the whole board right now. But it's saying your best move's right here. And I would say the second best is right here because these don't really do much. Why is it saying there? Yeah, because it's saying your second best move is like, all right, there's no strategy behind that. Okay. So it's saying you needed to play here. Why? Oh, okay. It's not as bad as I thought. It's just saying, like, hey, you know, black regained this corner. It's not the catastrophic move that normally means. So I did play there. But it's saying, like, even your best move, it's like, all right, black got some territory back and it kills a piece if it plays correctly. So it's not that bad. On tinier boards, very tiny boards, like there's this dramatic. On larger boards, every move means a little less, and so it doesn't spike as much. You'll see that later. Yeah, so it's like, all right. At this point, I win. Yeah. So one thing though, let's look like at this group here, and I want to show you why I played here. Because if I play somewhere else, he can play here. And then I can play here, and he can play there. And he gets 2 eyes, and he stays alive. Or if I play here, he plays there, and he gets 2 eyes, and he stays alive. But because I play here, he can try and kill this, but I just squeeze. He goes here, and I kill that entire group. Or, I can go anywhere else, and he can go here and stay alive. So I need, if he goes here, again, I just squeeze. He isolates this, and then still, I can go anywhere else. He kills this, and then I just kill everything in one move. So I kind of set up that corner piece. I really wanted to show you this in the game as a sacrificial unit to try and get him to isolate it so that I squeeze and he's screwed. So anyway, okay game, still weakest enemy in the game. It's like the equivalent of playing against a 5-year-old. A 5-year-old from Korea or Japan. Well, let's see what I am now, because that was the 3rd qualification match. Okay. 1 out of 32 Finals Cup. Mini-Go. 9x9. Japanese rules. Alright, this is the first tournament. Oh, God. Yeah, okay, I'm 18Q now, and I'm going to be playing against people that are significantly, or NPCs, that are significantly better than me. So, if you're ready for me to get stomped, I'm going to keep playing in future videos, but this is where you see, I'm sorry, your golden statue of a deity that you're watching right now, it is going to learn through the school of hard knocks. But that is for a future video where we start the first tournament. Until then, Logic Hogs out.